We're joined here today with head coach of the Lummi Nation Blackhawks, Jim Sandusky. How's your day going?
Good day.
Great. So we just wanted to ask you a few questions, about the season and I guess your upcoming playoff games. Overall, how has this season been?
Well, it's been, it was a fast one because we had 2 less games with the forfeiture of Tulalip and then with Nia Bay. So that was a little bit disappointing that we didn't get those games in. But through those weeks that we had off, we were able to work on some stuff and get ready for the playoffs. So that was beneficial. And then we had some injured players that needed those extra week or two to get healed up. So that was the positive side of that.
All right. So with that, are there any lingering injuries as of now?
Pretty much we're pretty close to 100%. I mean, just the little nicks and bumps and bruises that you normally have, but nothing major. We had actually a couple major. A kid out with a collarbone break, and another one that had hip surgery, unrelated to football though. But so we've had a couple kids that have that will be gone for the rest of the season. But other than that, we should be in pretty good shape.
All right. This week's opponent, Nacelle, is there any word on them or how's their team looking this year?
They, they took second in their league. They lost to Tahola, but they lost to them later in the season. We played Tahola and beat them pretty good at the start of the season. They were missing some key players though. So Nacelle's very well coached. They run pretty wide open offense. Try to establish the run like a lot of teams do, but they can spread it out also. So they're a kind of an unknown team. They came down from 2B, 11-man football a year or two ago, and so they've transitioned into the 8-man game pretty good.
Is there any specific team from the other side of the mountains that anyone should be keeping an eye on?
Well, I think the number one team over there would be Odessa Harrington. They're pretty much destined, I think, to go to the championship from the west side. ACH, they're strong again. They had some issues with some players that were ineligible for several games, so they were playing without some of their key guys, and so they play Odessa this weekend, and that should be a good matchup. But I see Odessa winning that. And then Sunnyside Christian, they're undefeated in the other part of the bracket. Haven't seen much on them. I know they traditionally have really good athletes in basketball especially, and supposedly they've done some things in football that have opened some eyes.
All right. So would you say that any of the starters might get a lighter workload this week?
This week will be a little bit similar to last week when we played Quilcene, but this team's a little bit better than that. So, our kind of game plan is go in, attack, full force, and, if we get a big enough lead, get those guys out of there, our starters, and then get some young guys in, get them some more experience, and, get everybody on the field. That's always a goal of mine. Sometimes you can't do that in the playoffs, but I'm hoping that this might be an opportunity to do that.
All right. So looking ahead to next week, given you guys win this week, who do you expect to play? Is it Nia Bay versus Tacoma Baptist, right? Yeah,
Tacoma Baptist is another school coming down from 2B this year. It's the first year, and they have a lot of speed. They match up with us really well speed-wise. I think we take them on the experience side, and we may be a little bit bigger on the line. So I think that's going to be our key. Or that's our key against them if they ended up winning that game against Nia Bay. But in saying that, I just don't see them beating Nia Bay either. I think that'll be a decent game, but I think they'll score against Nia Bay. But I think in the end, Nia Bay will come out on top of that one, 3, 4, 5 touchdown win.
So is there anything that you guys are working on this week, like cleaning things up on the field or mentally?
Well, academically, one thing is cleaning everything up, making sure everybody's eligible. We're not losing guys to grade check. We do every 2 weeks. So that's the first thing. Second thing is I think we worked on some fundamental stuff this past week in preparation for Nacelle, and that really helped us out. That will transition into what I see as us playing Nia Bay in the semifinal.
So with that, is there any closing remarks?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've had a lot of support from the fans. They're enjoying our success, and the guys really enjoy all that support and want to win for the community, their family, their friends, the school. And so all that kind of makes it a lot of fun for everybody, not just the team itself. But us as coaches, we get to get along for the ride, and these guys have worked hard all off season. During the season, we've got some key guys that are big team leaders, and lead by voice and by how they play also on the field. So I think we're at a point right now where we're going to be hard to stop, and I think our only person that could stop us, or people that could stop us, is ourselves. So if we can just play some smart football, do our assignments, things should take care of themselves.
All right, well, thanks for your time.
You bet. Thank you.